Upper fairings covered in diamond plate and back up on the truck. And we're working on the plumbing too on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Okay, yes, it is Friday the 11th. I did that quick little update talking about how much the maintenance was in the truck and trailer that I posted earlier. And now back to the whole truck sleeper remodel, finishing that all up. And still got to do the fairings, put the diamond plate on the fairings and then mount those back up. We're going to do the whole plumbing system, get all that put together, get that wired up, and we'll see what I can get done past that. After that, all this, I got to put that board up there behind the cushion. I've got to finish off the countertop area over the toilet, clean everything up, and then basically get the truck all loaded so I can get back out of here on Monday. So as Jeff Probst says on Survivor, first things first, let's get to doing the diamond plate. All right, I got my diamond plate cut out in roughly the shape of the fairing. I have to do two pieces because I don't have stuff that's long enough, but I had to do an edge along there, a little jog there, and a corner cut. Use the electric shears that Kevin, or as you see in the comments, ADCO, lent me. Thank you so much for that. Also used the electric shears for that corner up there. Because of course it's not just a basic shape. You can see the little notch down there and notch right there. Now we'll see how it came out. All right, as you can see, it's actually a fairly good fit. The edges are angled a little bit. I have to try to clamp it down to get it perfect. Then I will use, my plan is to use sheet metal screws on this side to hold it down. And on this side, since it already has the mounting holes, I'm just going to drill through the back side through this, and we'll use those same screws when we mount it back up to hold that side up. At least that's the theory. All right, well, we got all the bolts in that need to go in on the bottom edge, along the rear edge, or however you want to call that, and along the top. Haven't done those yet because I'm going to drill through and use the holes for the mounting that's already up there. Now I've just got to cut that piece and wrap it. This curves pretty hard, so I'm going to have some help to hold it and mark it out. And then we'll get that one screwed down just like that. Drill the holes and it'll be ready to put up.
Yep. The clutch progress update. Number 1,000,000,006.
Tron. What do we think? Fair looks pretty good.
Clutch approved.
Alright, that'll work. Hey! So we'll use the same holes. There.
That looks really good. Yeah.
Thank you, ADCO, for lending us the sheet metal cutter. So there's no way we could have done such a lovely curved cut.
Getting you the angles here, Clutch.
All right.
We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard the Clutch truck, because in tonight's episode, you are the star. And this Clutch trucker is heading directly to Interstate I-80.
All right, there's Justin. He just put in the final top screws there for the upper fairing, as he is way on top of the ladder, which of course you should never do.
You should always do.
Now we've just got a few more to put on the side, and then we'll move to the other side. Well, after Justin was up there helping me, then and he left with his friend Derek, and I had to go back and finish some of those bolts just would not go all the way in, and I know when I took them out, I had to take vice grips and clamp them onto the bit and just crank a little bit. They were really tough to come out, so wasn't surprised they wouldn't go all the way back in. I had bought some different screws at Menards. The problem is they had a different kind of head. They had just a Phillips head thing on it. So was able to use a couple of those. One of them I put back on the other side, and it just stripped, of course. So then I had to go back and finish the job with drilling through and putting in some of those roofing screws that I used on the whole outer box thing, just to finish that down in a couple of places. Then I had to go back, and there was 2 bolts inside each fairing where they attached to the lower fairing on the inside. It curves down to a little lip thing, and so I had to get those put in, and those were kind of cumbersome to do, but got all those done. So the upper fairings are officially all now done, which is great. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, so there's looking at the upper fairings now. They're completely secured in place. Like I said, I did have to use like right there and a couple right there. I had to use some of the roofing screws that have the rubber washer on them to completely finish it off, but I think that looks pretty good. And up here on the inside, this is what I was talking about, that little lip where the upper fairing meets the lower fairing, and then you bolt them together in a couple places, so that really helps them stay rigid. So got those back into place. A little further back shot for you so you can get a better idea of now how the upper fairings look now that they're covered in diamond plate, and now that they're back up, because you haven't seen them up there for so long. So they do cover up quite a bit of the upper box extension, especially if you come here right to the side. Look at that, it covers up more than half of that. So it won't look like it's sticking out quite as much while going down the road. Here's a shot where you can see how those fairings go up over the top of the cab, way up there on top, and screw in. So we'll see with that, and now the box, I might just get better fuel economy, you never know. Much darker on this side, but you can see now the other fairing's up as well. And again, I did that where it pieces together to the old fairing, or to the bottom fairing, those bolts on the inside. It's all secured down in place, so we're all ready to go. So outside of hanging my 2 diamond plate toolboxes that are going to go right there and right on the other side, the outside of the truck is completely done. Well, I got to seal up the box, so we're going to wait for the good weather tomorrow to do that. But mostly done. And this bar hanging right here sitting right here on the floor, I do have to put back on. That's going to go right on the very back, the bottom of the box, right there, so that I can hang my air lines and electric line will then attach to that before they run into the trailer, and that'll give them room to slide, and it'll function really well. And here's one more shot for you, looking more from the front of the truck. There's the good old truck here, Turquoise Trucking, the company I lease to, great company. And with the upper fairings on, you can see how it kind of completes the cab. And then right here from this angle, you barely even see the box extension sticking out the back, because those fairings are 20 inches wide. But I think they came out really good. Paint will no longer be peeling off of those because there's no paint to peel off. So I think that was the best solution I could come up with. It's a beautiful thing. Still pretty freaking cold out there. I am so tired of the cold. I'm so looking forward to. They were supposed to hit 47 tomorrow. Yeah! So that'll be just the perfect weather to finish sealing off the box. Because I put all the rest of the flex paste on there tomorrow and finish screwing up those little things that that turn underneath, and then put the flex paste on. Then that gives it all the way until Monday to cure, because it needs about 48 hours to completely cure. So by the time I hit the road, then it all should be well on Monday. Okay, well, it's 11 o'clock. I think I still need to try to do a little bit more because there's still more to be done. And now I've got a deadline. So I think I'm going to try to start putting together all the plumbing pieces as best I can. I've got to build little wood structure things to hold the tanks into place. Mainly the freshwater tank. The gray water tank is actually going to be behind the APU. It's kind of got a little cubby area for it to stay in, where it's actually going to do pretty good on its own. So, but I think I may just start taking the hoses and the fittings and putting them together and seeing what I can come up with. All right, well, instead of getting into the plumbing stuff, I was talking to John Hallgren again tonight. I have an issue with the microwave door. If you watched one of my previous videos, a few videos back, the microwave door hit the light and I couldn't really access the microwave very easily, and because the microwave only opens one way, well, we were kind of wondering what to do. So we talked for a while tonight, and you know, I finally just had to tell him, you know, look, I appreciate all the help, and he's been very helpful on so many things on this project, and kept me from making big mistakes. But we're down to the wire. I gotta leave Monday. So the microwave, you can see behind me, let me drop my seat here. You can see it right back there, alright? I had to just pull the door off because we can't think of a good way to make it work, and I don't have time right now to deal with that. So it's, you know, it's strapped down, it's bolted in, blah blah blah. It's not going anywhere. So for right now, it just won't have a door over the microwave, which is fine. Looks good enough back there by itself. So for right now, it's just not going to have a door over it. Still got a door over my Ninja Foodie, but for right now, we're just going to have to go with this for the microwave. Main problem is, all microwaves are built this way, they open to the left. I've got my chute right here, I got my light right there. So if I want to easily get anything in or out of it, gonna come that way. So for right now, that's the way it's gonna look. It still looks built in. It just doesn't have a door, so big deal. I'll deal with that later. This will be one of those things I fix once I'm out there on the road. Like I've said a few times now, we're out of money. I mean, you know, this is taking too long. I got to get back out there and earn some cash. So things like that aren't going to be perfect. I hope to get the plumbing done tomorrow so that at least I can use my toilet and my sink. I'll still be able to use the toilet even if it doesn't flush. You know, but I'd like to have the sink running as well. But these are last minute things at this point. I've got to get done, and fixing and figuring out how to make the door over the microwave work, not a huge priority right now. My main priority, get back on the road, start earning some money, then I can fix little things. Like I said before, I'm going to bring trim pieces, I'm going to bring paint with me, I'm going to bring tools with me, so I can fix little trim pieces here and there, things like that, because I got to get out there and earn some cash, baby. So that's where we're ending the video tonight. Tomorrow, going to be doing the whole plumbing issue. We're going to be sealing up the box and hopefully getting it basically ready. My son, of course, is bugging me because he wants to finish building his set, and he needs this part of the pole barn. So I got to get the truck out of here. The weather's going to be good over the weekend. I can load the truck. I can finish up things like that without being in the pole barn, because I really don't have too much to cut and deal with anymore. So there's where we're at. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Well, at least got the fairings up. Of course, as I always say, everything takes longer than you think it should. So, you know, got to start on the plumbing stuff. We'll finish that out tomorrow, and at least the good news is the weather's supposed to be better tomorrow. 40s, which is a lot better than feeling like -10. I'll take that, thank you. All right, Rusty? You'll take that too, right? Yes. He's just saying, give me the bacon strip, Dad. All right, thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment. I get to your comments within 24 hours while doing the project, which is almost over. Back on the road Monday, that's the plan, so hopefully that'll happen. As always, don't forget about Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, and Sniff That Magic YouTube Fairy Dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. My ancestors were the kleptos, hence kleptomaniacs. So they got their revenge on everybody else by stealing everything they found. Oh yeah? Well, my ancestors are Tarakofundians. They had the ability to smell bullshit a mile away. Alright, he's eyeing the strip. Oh, it's up in the seating area. Oh, now it's down on the floor. Alright. There you go. Seating area looks so nice, doesn't it? Ah, yes. Alright. Happy munch, munch, munch. You got it? I think you got it, buddy. Look up here. Let's get a happy dog look. Come on, Rusty. Rusty! Look up here, buddy. Come on.